Although some people might not realize it, culture has large impact on the motivation for sex, and different cultures have different values for this motivation. In America, things like television, music, and clothing have progressed so much in the sexual category. Sex is thrown out there more than it used to be, and is made to think it's not a big deal. In some forgiven countries such as India, sex is flaunted and is definitely not promoted publicly. Motivation for them is private and not advertised. In some European countries, the culture consists of nudity as a normal thing and a part of their culture. There might be motivation in America, but not these in European culture. They see it daily. Religion and home life also have effects on sexual motivation on any country. Whatever a strict society or one that promotes sexual acts, all culture has effect on sexual motivation. The culture motivation for sex in America has changed over the past 30 years. Sex was not much as publicly advertised thing. Television shows and, especially, movies in present day have gone from kissing scenes to fully nudity sex scenes. These shows make it look like sex isn't a big deal, so it motivates people to do it more often. An example movie would be The 40 Years Old Virgin. This movie is all about the guy trying to have sex, and throughout the whole movie it has many scenes with nudity. To an American, especially a teen, would to a big motivation, because nudity is not something our culture represents publicly. Music also has gone to singing about sex in details, which is also a motivation. This song "I Just Had Sex" says it all. The artist sings about sex, and that would motivate people for sex. This reason for that is because music has not always been about things like sex. So now when they hear new sexual songs, it's a motivation. Another example of American sexual motivation would be fashion advertising. The way companies model a clothing brands, or even a new perfume line, are all mostly nudes models, women and men. American culture today has a great effect in sexual motivation. Although sex is not as promoted in India and few other countries, like in America, young people still see more sexual sources than their parents. It is the research. Majority of the young people in present day have learned about sex by magazines, television, and billboards. The government wants to take action and introduced sex education as a part of school curriculum, because the young people are learning the sex in a way that doesn't teach them the risks and consequences. Their culture tries to keep the public sexual motivation down and the knowledge up. Motivation Spot. Subscribe the bell icon for more videos.